3 years ago, I committed to the British people that I would renegotiate our position in the European Union and hold an in-out referendum.
I hereby give notice that I have certified the following. The total number of votes cast in favour of Remain was 16,141,241. The total number of votes cast in favour of Leave was 17,410,742.
The British people have voted to leave the European Union, and their will must be respected.
It looks like the end point is disaster.
No, the end point is us leaving the European Union with a good deal that will be good for people's jobs and good for our future as a country.
Why don't you resign?
In the 2016 EU referendum, what did you vote? If not, what would you have voted?
I am not sure. At first, well, looking back at it, probably Leave, but now I'd probably vote Remain.
I didn't actually go and vote.
What would you have voted?
Probably I'd have voted Leave.
Okay.
I did not, and I would have voted to Remain.
Nigel Farage has said he thinks there should be a second referendum on Brexit.
Some in Labour may think the writing's on the wall tonight, that their party will join this campaign for a second referendum.
May said that she will allow lawmakers to vote on whether to hold a second national referendum on leaving the EU.
On a second referendum, if there would be one, do you think there should be one? And also, what do you think should be on the ballot paper? An option of ways to leave, or just straight Leave or Remain?
I think there probably should be one with ways on how to leave.
I don't believe there should be options. I believe it should be Leave or Remain, because if you put options with Remain or Leave, you're diluting what the referendum was about. But I don't believe there should be a second referendum in any way. The people voted, and you know, the democracy should be respected without doubt.
Do you think a second referendum is a good idea?
Not 100% sure. I think it's people's views have changed, and about other things that are coming into things. Feel that more things have come to light since the vote. Possibly, but I think in the name of democracy, probably no altogether, because it was a vote and it was done, and I don't think you can keep on voting until you get the result you think you want.
If you're up to date with Brexit, do you think a second referendum would be a good idea?
No, I don't think so.
I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to set up a party. I'm going to call it the Brexit Party. But given that it's the most Googled word in the English language, I wonder whether the Electoral Commission will allow me to use the name. Well, they have, and you are here today at the birth, at the launch of a new force in British politics. Welcome to the Brexit Party.
Do you think the Brexit Party is a good idea? And what are your opinions on Nigel Farage?
Nigel Farage is, I mean, if it wasn't for him, there wouldn't be a Brexit vote. He's very much an egotist. You know, a lot of people in the public eye are. Brexit Party, I mean, it's a response. Many people felt alienated and underrepresented. They feel out of touch with the political class. The political class certainly seem out of touch with them. So, where there's a need, the market will dictate, and the market dictated that there is a need for the Brexit Party, as the recent European elections would indicate.
So, do you think the Brexit Party is a good idea?
Yes, I do.
So what is your opinions on Nigel Farage?
I don't think he's as bad as everyone says he is, although he can be a bit of an idiot sometimes, but I think he's got what it takes, potentially.
Do you think the Brexit Party is a good idea?
No, I think it's going to make things more divisive for people.
What's your opinions on Nigel Farage?
I think he's a lot cleverer than people realise. I don't like a lot of his views, personally. Unfortunately, in a time of discontent, he is the sort of person people will rally behind.
Do you know what the Brexit Party is?
Yes, I do.
Do you think it's a good idea?
I think it served the purpose in that it was dedicated purely to Brexit. So yes, from that point, yes, it was a good idea.
Well, do you have any opinions on Nigel Farage?
Personally, I don't like him that much. However, he is very good at putting his arguments across and going in the direction he wants to. So he's quite a forceful politician, which is very seriously lacking nowadays.
Do you understand what the deals are? Say Chequers, no deal, what would happen?
Yeah. I mean, no deal. It'd sort of be down to the WTO, sort of standing like a World Trade Organisation now. Chequers was Theresa May's
compromise.
Failed attempt at compromise, wherein she realised that the unique ambition of pleasing nobody, pretty much.
Do you understand the deals at all?
Not really.
So it's a bit confusing.
Bit confusing, yeah. I don't really get much of it.
So they don't really release much of it and then want us to agree.
Exactly. It's a bit.
Do you understand the deals at all? Like what's been put out there, like WTO and all that?
Yes, I must admit not as in depth as I should do. I did initially, but I've got to the point now I'm just so sick to death of it all that I just wish we'd make a decision either way, and then whatever the majority feeling is, I'm happy to go with it either way.
Do you understand the deals that are being put in place?
To be honest, with it all going on, I've lost track of what's on the table now.
So do you understand what WTO, World Trade Organisations, just?
Not really. I mean, I know it's a trade organisation that encounters all of the different countries.
It is now clear to me that it is in the best interests of the country for a new Prime Minister to lead that effort. So I am today announcing that I will resign as leader of the Conservative and Unionist Party on Friday the 7th of June, so that a successor can be chosen.
Yeah, do you think Theresa May resigning is a good idea at this point in time?
Without a doubt, maybe she should have done it sooner. And to be elected, it was a poison chalice, the Conservative governorship after the Brexit vote. That's why people like Boris Johnson, whatever you think of him, was clever enough and smart enough to avoid. It was there it was his for the taking, the Prime Ministership, but he didn't want any part of it.
Do you think she's done a good job?
Absolutely not.
No.
No, I mean it was a tough task, and like I said, it was you had to be. I'd question your intelligence for even taking the job or wanting to take the job, because nobody really wanted it. But once again, Theresa May has proved her mettle by taking a job that nobody wanted and probably going down as one of the least popular and least effective prime ministers we've ever had.
Yeah. Who do you think will take her place, like Boris Johnson, or who do you think?
There's so many in it. I think Boris Johnson probably. He's certainly got the most sort of media attention. Whatever I think of him, probably Boris Johnson.
Do you think Theresa May resigning is a good idea?
Yes, I do, but I don't know how well it will go down.
Yeah. Do you think Boris Johnson or, say, Michael Gove, Jeremy Hunt, any of them will take her place?
Well, one of them will, but I don't think any of them will be a good idea.
Yeah. Do you think Theresa May resigning is a good idea? And who do you think will take her place?
I personally would like it if she hadn't been in there in the first place. I don't think she was decisive enough. It's going to take a very strong leader on whichever side of the coin we fall. I don't think she was the person for the job, and I think at the time she resigned probably wasn't the best time. We're in a situation where we're in quite a time of instability as it is at the moment.
What's your overall view on Brexit?
I'm sick of it. And whichever way we decide, I wish we'd make a final decision either way and just get on with it, basically.
Do you think Theresa May resigning is a good idea?
Yes, the right time for her to go, definitely.
Who do you think is going to take her place?
I think undoubtedly Boris Johnson.
So, what do I think of Brexit? I think it's a complete disaster. It's just not fair on the UK population. Theresa May as a Prime Minister is pathetic. She doesn't know what she's doing, how she's doing it, or what she's going to do after. She's chose to resign at a really bad point, in my opinion anyway, because she should have resigned when Brexit's finished, not when we're just about to leave. It's just not good. Like, she's making a deal for the sake of making a deal and not respecting the result of the referendum in 2016. If she really wanted to do what was best for the people, she would listen to the people and, well, do what they are suggesting instead of what she wants, because at the moment she's been really selfish on herself and her party, from what I've seen anyway. But if it was me, I would have chosen to remain in the EU to stop all this fuss anyway. I know the EU isn't like the best of things, but it would stop most of this fuss anyway. Brexit isn't the best idea, but I reckon it could work quite well if it's done correctly. I think the next Prime Minister, maybe Boris Johnson or say Jeremy Hunt or someone like that. I don't really know who's going to be the next Prime Minister. Overall, it's not my decision, it's the party's decision, and I can't vote anyway because I'm only 16. But yeah, overall, if there was another referendum and if I was old enough, I'd say to remain, just to say it would be, I don't know, it'd be much easier on the public. And if there was an option, say, I don't know, like I've said in my interviews to people, if there was a bunch of options to leave, say if there was just leave no deal, leave with like a type of deal, leave with a hard Brexit, soft Brexit, or that kind of stuff, it would suit people better, I reckon, because then we're still respecting the referendum and we're giving people an option how to leave, and then it's giving the government a correct direction of what they need to do. It's how I'm thinking of it anyway. But I don't like Theresa May, I don't like the Conservatives, I'm not too keen on the Labour, but I reckon they could do a good job. All I want is for our government to do a good job. That's pretty much it.